Hello, everyone. My name is Alexis Lewis, and you're listening to another episode of Oak Performance Radio. Enjoy the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Oak Performance Radio. I'm your host, Adam Lane. If you're new to the show, our goal here is to create some content, some fantastic content for athletes, parents, and coaches. We tell stories, have laughs, and go into everything that is the end game of athletic performance, helping athletes achieve their optimal performance and be the best they can possibly be. Enjoy the show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Oak Performance Radio. I'm your host, Adam Lane. With me today, Alexis Lewis, professional. Lex, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Thanks for joining us.
Of course.
I'm going to say this is your third time on the show.
Kind of, yeah.
It was because you were early on.
I was one of the OGs, yeah.
Yes. I don't even remember what episode.
It was, I think. It was before 10 for sure.
Yeah. Single digit episode.
Mm-hmm.
And now I think this is 160.
That's insane.
Yeah. Look at that.
Wow.
Me and Joe Rogan.
My goodness.
Joe Rogan runs a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
He's down in Austin. Oh, you knew this.
I've heard about this.
You didn't know this. Okay.
No, I did. I've heard about this man.
You don't listen to Rogan?
No, I do not.
Not your style?
No.
Are you a podcaster?
I do like a good podcast. Mm-hmm. I do a little bit more.
What's your go-to podcast?
Okay. Well, there's a couple. So there's one that's called Outrage and Optimism. It's an environmental podcast. I like to listen to that once in a while. Okay. And then there's this other girl. She's more of kind of like an influencer, but her name's Brittany Broski. Okay. She's just very fun. She has fun takes. So I just like to listen to her.
What does she talk about?
She talks about like a variety of things. Honestly, she'll talk about art that she likes, music that she likes, just things like that. Cute girly things.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. So we get a little philosophical sometimes. It's nice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's good.
I have nothing to add to this conversation.
That's
good.
Really okay. Good. I don't think you'd like her very much, Adam.
No?
No. She's girl.
Maybe I should just give my takes on things and people would.
Maybe. Who knows?
Maybe. Yes.
Maybe you'll have a demographic out there.
Yes. Different maybe than hers.
I would say so. Yeah. Probably.
Yeah. Lexi, let's give a little background and we'll dive into some things. So, for the tens of people that listen to the show who might not know who you are and why you're such a big deal, give the people a little bit of background on Lexi Lewis.
Oh goodness. Okay. Well, played for VC growing up. Mm-hmm. Been working out here for a really long time. How
old are you?
22, probably like 8 years now.
Yeah.
Still coming back.
Yeah. Little freshman at Hononegah, Lexi Lewis.
Yeah. And now here I am, done with college. Just kind of crazy.
Look at that.
I know.
Wow.
Let's see. Was at the University of Memphis for 3 years. Played volleyball there. Transferred to the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee for my last. And I play volleyball.
Yeah. And now you're done.
Now I'm done. I'm old.
Wow.
I know.
You're out the other end.
I am. Thankfully.
Look at that. You have a degree?
I do have a degree.
What's the degree?
So I got my degree in marketing and a minor in conservation environmental science.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And currently job hunting?
Yes, of course.
Okay. Many leads? How are we doing with that?
She's going okay. It's just kind of like the job market's not what anybody wants it to be right now. Okay. I know a lot of other people that are kind of in my situation or they're just currently even trying to change jobs. It's not great. You can just say that, I guess.
What's the ideal job for you? I would love to do.
Okay, so I guess like my ideal job would probably be working for some sort of sustainable company, like anything that centers around the environment, and that's one of their priorities. So some sort of environmental engineering company. Obviously, I'm not an engineer, but every kind of company needs some sort of business side to it, right? Like if it's an engineer, whatever. I'd like to work for something like that. I've also been thinking about maybe going back to school and getting my master's in environmental science because I'd like to do different kinds of things like testing or creating different kind of policy that can aid a corporation for the environment, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Don't know how to articulate this extremely well, but just anything that really has to do with the environment and the kind of impact that businesses have and kind of like negating that. So
gotcha.
Yeah.
Fun. Sounds very adult of you, Lexi.
It's just no, it's not that adult.
Yeah. No, I think it is. You're getting big girl jobs.
God.
I don't know.
Corporate America.
Look at you.
Thrilling.
It sounds invigorating.
so invigorating. So great. Yeah.
Well, Lex, here's the fun part of having you on the podcast. Again, we encourage people to go back and listen to episode 2 or 3.
I need to go back and listen to that.
I would, because it was you and Emma.
Yeah.
That would be a fun listen.
Yeah, it would be.
Holy cow. However many years ago that was.
Yeah.
Juniors? Were you juniors?
I don't even know. All I remember is that we just sat there and giggled the entire time.
There was a lot of giggling.
There was a lot of giggling. It was fun.
No. So, Lex, here's what I want. Athletes, parents, or coaches, listen to this. There is a push within so much sport, so much high school sport, so much club high school sport to help kids, if they so want to, or maybe even if they don't want to, play at the next level. The college game has turned very unique with the whole NIL thing and, that deal. Some sports it's affecting a lot. Some sports it's affecting much less. You have all the different stuff that comes with college, Division I, Division II, Division A, actually getting an education, because that might be part of it.
Might be part of college. Right.
Could be,
maybe if sometimes a priority.
If that's a thing. You are now out the other end. Okay. It's been fantastic getting to know and you keeping in touch with us through these 8 years, because you've had some highs, you've had some less than highs, in both high school and college, where it's not just this, rainbow sunshine. Right. I get better every day and I love volleyball more and more. And let's work out, Adam. This sounds like fun. Matt, what do you got for me today? You just come skipping into the gym.
Right. Every day.
Let's do more. Here it is, and then skipping off to Memphis and, but I do want to, I want parents to be able to listen to this, because I think it's hard for, as a parent to try to figure out what's going to be best for your kid. You want them to get that education. If they love the sport, you want them to, continue to play that sport. I think sometimes the parents might want it more than the kids do, right. At times. And you get in different situations and you were at 2 different schools, which is some interesting perspective. Right. Not everything was rainbows and sunshine. Lex, I gave this whole lead in here, and now I don't know where to start. Okay. Within this whole piece, if you're educating, there's a parent out there listening right now who has a 15-year-old kid who loves volleyball. They love volleyball so much. It's all they want to do. They're in the gym every day. They're peppering against the wall. They're, having all this, so much fun. What do you want to do today? I want to go to the gym. Play more volleyball. Let's do it. Da, da, da. What I want you to help educate just through your story, because I think you're a success story in this. Yeah. Where you got college paid for. Right. Up top. Woo. There we go.
Love a good free college.
Free college is fantastic.
It's pretty fantastic. Yeah.
You could throw yourself into $200,000 in debt. Not Alexis Lewis. Not a girl. What's important for people to know? Kids, I want you to talk to 15-year-old, 16-year-old Lexi Lewis and all the stress that she had in her life thinking about playing in college. Am I good enough? Can I do it? Do I want to do it? To Lexi's parents, what's the right call here? Mom played collegiate volleyball. Dad just married the collegiate volleyball, athlete.
Yes.
What are your thoughts, Lex? Where do we go with this?
So when I think back to my recruiting days, I think something that I really wish I would have known was what questions to ask. I've thought about, if I went back, what I would do. And I didn't know a whole lot. First of all, it was during COVID. So I wasn't even able to meet any of the teammates, didn't even meet my coaches in real life. And a lot of the times we just ended up going to the campuses and just walking around, drove 9 hours to Memphis just to walk around and be like, okay, I guess this is okay. I'm not really sure, but this is nice from the outside. I don't really know, but
that's the best you could do.
That's the best I could do. Yeah. So my recruiting experience is definitely different, but every single spring or, even during the summers, we're going to have recruits on campus where they meet the team, meet the coaches, see the campus, and kind of decide if this is a place for them or not. But one of the things I never really did or never really knew to do was to ask certain questions, because these girls will come onto campus, they're staying with us, having a whole day, just spending time with the team, and they'll ask certain questions, but we're never going to be like, the team was never going to be like, I don't like it here. I'm having this struggle and this struggle and this struggle. Because let's say we're talking with a recruit, they say something, and in the back of my mind, I'm thinking to myself, this is not the place for you. If you want this specific thing, this culture and this environment is not going to be a good fit for you. But I could never say that, because then if this recruit goes back to the coaches, she's going to say, well, the team said that they didn't like this or this.
Do you
have
an example of that?
So, okay.
Because I know what you mean, but I don't completely know what you mean.
So like, for example, they'll ask questions about my junior year, which was just not a very good year for me. We'd have some recruits come and they're asking me questions. What's the dynamic between the coaches and some of the players? Is there favoritism? What am I supposed to say? Yes, there's favoritism, and it's not fun, and it's creating a terrible environment, because if I were to say that, they're going to go back to these coaches, relay that information that I just gave to them, and then I'm going to get in trouble. So there's not a whole lot of room for transparency on these kinds of visits. And the coaches are never going to say anything bad about the program or really talk about their struggles. Maybe they'll say things along the lines of it's rebuilding or we're still working on the culture, but they're not going to be like, hey, I don't know what I'm doing. This is not where whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, so those are the kinds of things. So I think like going into these recruiting experiences and asking the girls, what are the team dynamics like? Are there freshmen and then the seniors? Is there a big divide? Is it more family-like? Are there closer relationships amongst the team, or are there closer relationships with some of the team and the coaches? Is there favoritism? Like those kinds of things. Asking about different communication styles. How do the coaches communicate with the players? Are they going in with assumptions? Do they listen? Do they take what you say like to heart? Are they going to be defensive? So I think just kind of understanding and asking about those dynamics is going to be what's most important, or that I think would be most important. Because if you want to play college volleyball, the workouts are going to be hard. The practices are going to be hard, but I don't think it's ever going to be the physical aspect that would tip someone over to not wanting to play or transferring. It's going to be more of the relationships between either teammates or with like their coaches. So just asking the right questions, talking with girls who have gone through the recruiting process or even have graduated, I think would probably be the most beneficial, because you can talk to your coaches here. You can talk with your parents, but no one's going to understand exactly what it's like during this time than the girls who actually went through it.
Yeah. I think it's interesting that when you're here in high school, it's a developmental time. When Lexi was here training, we liked Lexi. Lex, how are you doing today? It's great to see you. How was school today? You went to high school practice. Coach Libby, fantastic. Lexi, How you doing? Yeah. You're an integral piece of this puzzle, captain of the team. Like, we like it. Lex, you're doing so good. Way to, play there. Did you play outside?
I did play outside.
At Hano?
Right? No. I played middle at Hano, thank God.
The whole time?
Yeah.
Any right side?
No, not really. Just when I went to college, they kind of switched me around.
Emma Schroeder played some outside at Hano.
Yeah, and I think she played some right side as well.
Yeah. Lily Haig, I think, bounced around too. You guys always had lots of middles.
Yeah.
Which nobody else ever does.
No.
But and then you come here. You're on a 10-person team. You have 2 middles. Well, you're in half the game,
Right.
Lex, how you doing? How you feeling? Did you see that? Like, there's always coaching. There's always something. And you go to college, and now all of a sudden you have many middles on your team. You have middles that are older than you. You're a freshman, and I guarantee you they're recruiting middles after you too.
Right.
And so it changed. Like, they like you. They said all these good things about you. Oh, Lexi, you're so physical. You're explosive. We love how high you jump. We love your intensity of your However, if you're not in whatever, top whatever, you will. And I'm not saying this is bad. I'm just saying this is college, because they have to win. You get a little push to the side, and now the focus is on, hey, the 2 starting middles, or, and then maybe a third. And then if people happen to be the fourth, all of a sudden you're, sitting out of a lot of practice, and not getting a whole lot. Like we've had kids go into programs, and some of these like D3 schools will have like 20 kids on the team, 24 kids on the team, no GAV program. Well,
you can't coach all those 20. Yeah.
They practice 6-on-6. That's only 12.
Right.
You got 8, 9, 10, 11 kids sitting on the side. Maybe they'll rotate in, maybe, but like,
yeah,
you're not even getting practice reps now.
Sure.
And you were one of the best on your high school team, and you were one of the best on your club team. This is figurative, not you. You're very good too, Lex. You're good. Sorry. I mean, but I think it's a hard switch because you pointed out the mental part of it. Because I think that's, the workout's going to be hard. You've done hard workouts.
Yeah, everybody knows.
Like Penn State pushes sleds until kids vomited. Do I think that's a great thing? I don't. I think that's dumb.
No, I don't like that.
But like, that's like, that's how hard we work here. Mm-hmm. That's fine. That's fine. Whatever. I don't think that's driving you to athletic greatness personally. You can, again, push it. Whatever. I don't think you need to vomit. That's just
I don't think you need to do that either.
That's just me. But I think the harder part of the college game, like you're saying there, is that mental side of it. Are you being heard? Can you communicate with basically what is now your extended family, which are, the coaches and your teammates, and here they are. Mm-hmm. I have no question there, Lex. I just ranted there because I think it's hard. I think it's hard for like you're living at home. Your parents are making you, Lexi, we love you. We love you. We ship you out. And now all of a sudden, I don't want to say you're a number, but sometimes you're a number.
No, I totally understand that. And like my experience was probably a little bit different. I feel like when I was in high school and club, I never really thought, oh my gosh, I'm so good. Like I'm better than all these girls. I'm not going to work hard. I'm not going to try. Like I kind of always had that mentality. I didn't even know if I wanted to play in college until school started reaching out to me. And I was like, oh, I guess maybe I could. And then I started talking to them. It was kind of always just, I wanted to be really good at something, and I always strive for perfection, which is not always the greatest thing because, because it's not really obtainable. Like
Alexis Lewis, a perfectionist. That's so weird. Okay. Weird.
So I never really had that, it's fine. Like I'm the best here. I'm just going to go play in college, whatever. And I always understood that my freshman year, I probably won't see the court. That's very normal. And I think
you went in with that attitude.
Yeah. I was like, I'm not going to see the court. Like that's fine. I was like, I'm just going to be there to work hard and get better. I had a 5th year and a senior ahead of me for my first 2 years. Obviously, I'm not going to see the court. And I did to a certain extent. I got switched into some different positions, but I was okay with not being able to see the court. I was just like, I'm going to be here to work hard and get my team better.
Do you think in talking with other athletes, I don't care if it's volleyball or not, whether old club teammates or Memphis teammates, do you think they all had that? Because I think kids go in as freshmen thinking, I need to play. I've played all my life.
See, that's so
but you said you didn't.
No, and my class never thought that. It was weird, though, because as I got older and the freshmen started coming in, I did see that mentality. And I was kind of thinking to myself, you have girls with 3 years of collegiate experience on you.
Yeah.
You think that you are going to come in from high school where they set the ball to the ceiling and you're going to get there on the court? Like that never was my thought. And it was never any of my classes' thought either. And we were very content with just supporting and working hard. And it's just an adjustment that year. I honestly think it's probably good that I didn't play to the full. I mean, I played outside, which was just kind of like terrible.
That's awesome. Like, I wish I could have seen you play outside.
I mean, I wasn't terrible, but it was just,
I don't think you were.
I've never played it before. I don't know how to serve receive. And all of a sudden I'm playing middle back. I don't do this, but whatever. But I never went
cover Lexi. Cover.
And I was like, you got it. I'm going to go stand at the corner. You got that ball. But I never went in with that mentality. It was just kind of like, I'm going to just observe and learn and work hard and get better so that I can eventually see that court in a, more so.
That was the mindset you had going in freshman, sophomore years.
I was like, all right, like let's, maybe sophomore year, I would say that I had a little bit of a different mindset, and everybody's experience is so different. It's hard to generalize it, but I found that for me, hard work did not always result in good things, if that makes sense. So I did have a 5th year and a senior ahead of me my sophomore year as well. But when we would practice, I would have better stats than one of the middles. And she did really, really well in matches. She would perform very well, but in practice, she wouldn't.
Yeah.
And so I would be having better blocking stats, better hitting stats, like a higher hitting percentage, and maybe not blocking, but higher hitting percentage. And the coaches would always say, we need more kills, we need more kills. And it's just like, well, she's not doing that at practice. But then in a match, it'd be different. Anyways, my point is that I literally remember going up to the coach and I was like, what can I do to try to get out there on the court?
Oh, you had that conversation?
Yeah, I'll always have
that
those conversations.
That is a very grown-up thing to do.
I would always have this conversation. So I was like, what do I need to be working on in order to be getting out there? Am I doing something that you guys aren't necessarily happy with at practice? Is there something that I need to be like improving on? He honestly was like, I think you're doing great. She just plays well during matches, which was very frustrating for me. It was reassuring to a certain extent because it's like they're happy with my performance. I'm doing well. Yeah. But she just does well in matches, but she might not do well in practice. So it's like, what are we practicing for then? Yeah. Why do I have to work so hard all of these months, all of these hours just for them to say, well, she does well in matches. So I'm like, then what does practice even do for me then? Yeah. So how am I even supposed to get out on the court and like prove myself if you're not even going to give me a chance? And there's just like so many different levels to it. But, no, I never went in there with the assumption that I was going to play. I always just worked hard. And then I love feedback. I would always ask them, like, what can I improve on? What can I do? How am I looking today? Always looking for whatever I can do to better myself. So that's kind of my mentality. But as I got older and the freshmen came in, I kind of did feel like there was a little bit of I should be playing or I'm going to play, or they kind of had that attitude about them. And it was just weird because, like I said, when I was a freshman, I'd be like, okay, yes, whatever you want. I'll go fill up your water bottle. I'll always on time, never late. Very, I don't know, very, not straightforward, precise what I do. Yeah. Like I'm always following the rules. I'm doing everything right. But there's kind of that entitlement I saw, but that also was just from, my personal experience. Kids
these days, Lex,
dude, I know. I feel like an old man. I'm like, oh my gosh, these youngins. Yeah. But that's just, like I said, my personal experience. And then there's just weird dynamics with the coaches and the teammates. So it's just kind of goes back to that whole communication and that whole culture piece. Yeah. That's just very important to understand before you make any kind of decisions. Yeah. But I just rambled on.
Yeah. No, I think that's good. I think people need to know. Again, just some things to point out. I think this communication piece, we had Jaden Flynn on the podcast a couple months ago, and she impresses me so much because she said the same thing as you. She's like, I went in there as a freshman. I didn't expect to play. Mm-hmm. No, she did, but she didn't expect to.
She's amazing.
She is. She fantastic hand, and they've always run a 6'2". Mm-hmm. She fits perfectly into a 6'2". Like that's, and she's played from day one, but she didn't necessarily expect that. Yeah. And she always, I think, knew in the back of her head that, like, if she ever had a hiccup, she can go to not playing really easy. Like it's just because you start once doesn't mean you're going to start forever. Mm-hmm. And things change. And, I think it's very mature of you to have these conversations with coach. Can I say volleyball stats are pretty, like if I look at, here's what I'm comparing this to. The Bears, NFL football here, Lexi, you're going to get this metaphor
perfectly. I know who the Bears are.
They have a couple different guys up for left tackle. They don't know who's going to be their starting offensive left tackle. Well, you don't really have stats as a left. You just block. Right. So it's either you maybe give up a sack. That's, mm-hmm. That's a stat you could track. Or your guy could make a tackle but it's hard to, like, sometimes you zone block, you have two guys on one, there could be a chip, somebody, whatever. It's hard to, like, different than a wide receiver going, oh, I have this many catches for this many yards and this is how good I am. I think can I say it's different from volleyball where the stats very much reflect your contribution to the game?
I would say I would agree with that. I mean, how many kills per set or what's your hitting percentage? But then also, like, you have to factor in what kind of setter do you have? Yeah. How are your connection there? And how well are you being set? If I'm not getting set above the tape, I'm not going to have a good hitting percentage. Yeah. So obviously that's a factor and everybody relies on each other. That's just what a team sport's about. But I would say that it pretty accurately reflects like what your performance
Hence
is like.
the reason for statting practice.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So
There we go. So Lex, I want to, you go to Memphis, you sit for a couple of years, kind of biding time.
Mm-hmm.
Play a little bit.
Yeah.
Play a little bit. Junior year hits. I don't want to necessarily throw 1,000 things under the bus, but it didn't go well.
No. And which was reflected in them being let go the next season.
Yes. So then the whole coaching staff was gone, correct?
Except for one. But 3 of them left.
3 of them left.
And one was iffy, but they kept him.
Okay. The head coach gone.
Head coach gone. 2 other coaches gone. 1 stayed.
So it's interesting because I think people just have this in their mind. We talked about this earlier that like, hey, you're a middle school coach. Oh, I guess you must not really know what you're doing because the high school coaches are obviously better. Oh, and the college coaches are better than the high school coaches. And there's this hierarchy of, whatever, where I have seen a lot of really terrible college coaches, where half the VC coaches in our gym could coach circles around some of these people. That's where they happen to go. Or maybe they played collegiate volleyball and they're like, well, I'm going to stay in college. Here I am. So not great experience. your junior year, all the coaching staff got fired at the end of the season.
So it was like the fall season, which I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. In my head, I was like, I deserve better than this. I just, and the performance of the team was just terrible that year too. It was like the worst out of all. Like the past 2 years were fine, but
win-loss record, not good.
Not good at all.
How bad?
Pretty bad. Like we were supposed to, so like our conference, I think this is accurate, but our conference was divided into 2. Okay. So it's like you had one wing and then you have the other wing. Okay. And like you play amongst each other and then whoever is like on the top plays, you know what I mean?
Gotcha. Yep.
And I think, did they have a tournament last year? I don't remember. Anyways, on our little wing, we were supposed to be the first, like with the top of our wing. Oh, we were not.
Supposed to be good.
We were supposed to actually be okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So the past season, we finished like mid to upper. Like it wasn't bad and that, whatever. But that definitely did not happen. Okay. And just the team chemistry, in my opinion, was terrible. Okay. I thought the leadership was poor. And that prompted me to go into the transfer portal because it wasn't even about playing time that year. It was just, why are you dealing with these kinds of situations the way that you are? Like no one deserves to be talked to like this. No one deserves to not be heard, or even just like conflict resolution was not up to par in my opinion. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to go to the transfer portal. But what was the question?
I'm trying to walk through because this is the thing. We've had athletes, and it's Lexi. It's funny because we sit in this podcast room and we look out the window, and I can see, I don't know how many flags are hanging. From the net. Are there 100 flags up there?
I don't know.
There's a bunch.
There's a lot.
But we're close to 100,
probably
if not more. And some of those have worked out beautifully, and some of them have worked out less beautifully. Right. But because we've had kids quit, and that sucks. And I say this is not just volleyball. We've coached many kids who go to a bunch of different sports. We're like, yes, you're gonna go swim in college. It sounds awesome. And then they do it for a season. And they're like, yeah, I'm done. I'm like, oh, come on. And again, something that we want more than the actual kid does, and it's in the kids. It's the kid's life, not our life. But you persevered here. I guess I'm curious in the order of things. Season ends. There's a transfer portal. Coach is getting fired. Do you know which happened first?
Okay, so I transferred. That's where I'm going to get back. Okay. So then they had the spring season, and the spring season did not go well. And then how
does the spring season not go well? Like the games you play or just...
No, it's just the way that they had
attitudes of kids and stuff.
It was the coaches, really. I think that at first I would say it was both the team and the coaches, and then the girls, it was mainly the lower classmen that were the ones, in my opinion, that kind of had a little bit of a rift because it was a conflict resolution again. Like if you have problems with other girls on the team, I genuinely think that you just need to go talk to them before you bring in the coaches, because then the coaches are going to hold grudges, and it's just like a whole different dynamic. Yeah. It's like, just have a conversation with the person first before we blow this up. Anyways. What Oh my gosh, what was the question again? I'm like getting lost.
I was curious your order of things in the way of what led to your decision to transfer.
So the fall happened and I left practice in a rage every single day because I was like, this is so incredibly silly. I am outperforming these girls. I'm having 200 something plus jumps per practice. And the next highest is 80. Like I'm working my butt off. I'm full-time middle on the other side. So I transferred and then they were there for the spring. The spring didn't go well because
200 jumps.
I had like 200 jumps. I'm not kidding.
You guys, this is something you guys tracked?
Yeah. We had these little monitors that we put into belts.
Vert?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it's called. Yeah. So we had that. And I had like 200 jumps, but they would not want us to look at our stats. So to turn mine off, it would turn on to turn off. Right. So I would see my jumps every single day, but they'd be mad. They're like, how do you know your jumps? And I was like, cause I saw it. And they're like, you're not supposed to know that. Why can't I know how many jumps I do per practice? They had this iPad with our stats and it like says the exertion level. So they would quantify it in how many sets of volleyball. So they'd be like, okay, she's exerted 2 sets worth of volleyball. Mm-hmm. So I would have, and they would just use those stats so
17 sets Lexi did today.
It was insane, but it was so silly because they're like, don't look at the iPad. They did not want us to look at our iPad. They did not want to see how many good landings we had, how many bad landings we had. They never wanted us to know any of that information. Yeah.
Who's looking at the iPad? Coaches, trainers?
Coaches and our trainer. Okay. But I don't know about the strength coach, but I'm not even sure. But they would, it was just so weird because they would look at it and be like, you exerted 5 sets and this other middle only exerted 3. You're out of shape. But then they would look and be like, well, this other middle exerted 5 and you only exerted 3. You need to work harder. So they would just like switch it back and forth. It was so subjective, but they didn't want me knowing my stats, but I would jump like 200 times like in a practice. And I was just like, what's my value here? And I actually ended up having a conversation with my coach and being like, what's my value? Not even about playing time. Like, what do I add to the team? Because I don't feel like I have a place right now, or I feel like I'm not valued. So do I have any of that? Anyways. So then the spring went on, they had conversations with the coaches. I think that the team as a collective was like, this is not good. Yeah. Fall happened and they got fired that fall. So like the following fall, bad season, fired.
Oh, you were already gone.
I was already gone.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Long gone.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah. You got out. So it wasn't like if they would have gotten fired earlier, would you have stayed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably. But also his contract was up that following fall. So like they didn't want to fire him prematurely because then like why wouldn't they just wait for the contract to be up? Because then I think something with the compensation, whatever.
Severance, something
like that. Yeah.
Interesting.
But anyways, all of that to say was I transferred before they got fired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk about the transfer experience, the portal, the experience.
Well, okay. Let's see here. So I didn't really know if I wanted to play.
Because you could. Yes. So you could be done. You could be like, hey, I've had my fun. I played Division 1 volleyball for 3 years. That's where the 3 came in. Mm-hmm. Gosh, I've done okay. Yeah. So we'll do a little student loan. Let's finish up this degree and get out of here, but you said no. You said no. I'm going to look at the portal, see what happens.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know. Cause I was just really fed up with, it just goes back always to like the communication and just to the culture. And I was just so fed up with it. I don't want to have to deal with this. I am. Just tell me your problem. Let's fix it. Like, it's just so easy and they make it so hard. Like, what are we doing? Just tell me if I'm messing up. Mm-hmm. I was like, it's like, just tell me if you don't like something that I'm doing and then I'll just fix it. Like, why do you have to be petty to me? Whatever. Anyways, so I was like, okay, well, I'm going to enter the transfer portal. I'm going to see what pops up. Honestly, I was transferring during the winter, which is a shorter window than if you were to transfer during the summer. Okay. So it was kind of panicky because it's like, oh my gosh, I got to find a school. But I also said, I don't know, maybe I'll take the spring semester off and then I'm going to go to the next school. Or I've seen people do that before and try to find the right fit. And I didn't really contact any schools. Like I did a couple, but not really a whole lot. And some reached out to me, I had conversations, and then Milwaukee reached out, and I like the thought of being close to home. I also knew a girl on the volleyball team there. And, if anything, it's going to be for like one semester, one fall season. And if I hate it, I'll just put up with it. Yeah. But I know that
you knew a couple people coming in.
Yeah. So my friend Mac from Memphis played on the same club team as this other girl on Milwaukee's team.
Yep.
And Mac was like, you're going to get along with her. Like, you're going to love her. And then obviously I ended up loving her and like, we're really great friends. But the group
Mac knows all things.
Yes,
Let's be clear.
Mac is all
very
things.
wise. She is.
So anyways, I transferred there and I actually had like a really great fall season. Like I had 5 seniors and I loved all the girls. Very, very nice, very accepting. Like I couldn't have asked for like a better group of girls to go into. So that was really reassuring that I would have a big senior class because I don't want to be like one of the only seniors and then like a bunch of freshmen. Like, no offense, but it's just like not the right timeline. Anyway, so yeah, I found Milwaukee and I was like, this looks great. Like I knew Rachel Scott too. I forgot about that. And I was like,
Kara.
Oh yeah, and Kara. Sorry, like
added people in here.
Yeah, so I knew some girls and I knew that I'd get along with them. So, and that was just my main thing. Like, I just want to get along with the team. Like, it's okay if I have beef with the coaches. I don't necessarily want that, but I value having friends and having that family rather than having a good relationship with the coach. I'm not really into that. So, and then it was close to home too. And my parents would be able to come see me and see me play for my senior year. And that's exactly what happened. So
there we go.
Yeah.
There you go. I had 2 questions that came up as you were talking and now I forgot both of them as I was thinking, Milwaukee. How hard is it to make sure like everything transfers over in like the major piece and your major and hey, am I still going to be able to graduate in 4? Like, do you have to do all that work?
No.
Do you get connected with the advisor right away?
Right away.
And
I had the most amazing academic advisor ever. His name's Andy. And I love Andy. He was so great. Shout
out to Andy. Thank you, Andy.
To Andy. Oh my gosh. I love him. They didn't have scholarship for me that spring at Memphis. So I stayed at Memphis, just did regular school, but he told me all the classes I needed to take at Memphis. Like he went into like the programs, found all the classes I needed to take to set me up for Milwaukee.
Oh my gosh.
So he was like, take all of these
classes. He's a Milwaukee advisor.
He's a Milwaukee advisor.
Advising you what classes to take at Memphis.
So that I could graduate.
That guy's fantastic.
He's amazing. So I, took all of those and we were just in constant communication. And then I took some summer classes, fall classes, winter classes, spring classes, summer classes. So I was just doing school like all year round, which is not ideal, but I got it done and finished this past summer. But he was so amazing. He just set me up for everything. Yeah. Great communicator. Never felt like I was, not having any kind of direction. He was always telling me. So that was easy for me because I just had such an amazing advisor. And I would say that, I hear about it even in regular college. I don't mean it like that, but just with academic advisors in general, people have those kinds of difficulties. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I would say that a big part of it, just because I'm very interested in the academic side, obviously I like the athletics, but I'm going to college for a degree at the end of the day. So having that good support staff for my academics was very important to me. So
fun. My guy was Al. I had a guy named Al.
Did you like Al?
Al was great. Well, because I started at Iowa State as a mechanical engineer and then switched to...
I don't know why you would do that.
I like bikes, cars, math, and science.
Yeah,
so
math.
It all kind of like, I'll do something. And I was so bored. So boring.
Now you're
it was hard too, but it was more boring than anything. I'm like, I don't care about any of this stuff that you guys are talking about. Right. And then switched into exercise sports science, which was fine, but I didn't know what I wanted to do with it. Ironic, I own a gym. Into a liberal studies major. My mom was not happy about that. What do you do with a liberal studies major? I'm not sure, Mom. Anything. No, that was dumb. Which then switched into math ed, which then switched into elementary ed because I didn't.
I think that's fun though. You got a taste of everything.
Oh, I got a taste of everything. I finished with 155 undergrad credits though. 20 more than I needed to actually get my degree because
that's important though.
Look at me now, Lex. Look at
Hey, if you didn't do it, maybe you wouldn't have ended up here. So
this is true. I did pay for those extra 20 credits though, too, through the time. So.
That's what money's for.
I guess.
Money towards education, I feel like, is always great. So, anyways.
I don't know if I agree with that statement. Money towards education, I think sometimes can definitely be great.
Right.
It's kind of a weird thing. Anyway, sorry, back to you. In the way of look, so now you're done. You hung up the shoes, played that final game. Now you're coaching, which is hilarious, Lexi. That's so fantastic.
Think I'll get here.
Holy cow. That's fantastic. Looking back, I know you touched on it a little bit at the beginning. I want you to highlight some things that you think you did a really good job with to get you to where you are right now, and then some things that you wish you kind of would have done differently. And I think here's the lens I want to kind of look it through. As a parent, 2 young boys, or parents listening right now of kids who are whatever, middle school, high school, thinking for them, hey, what's the next step? At least for me, and I think most parents, I want my kid to come out the other side of this a better human, a better person, smart, athletic. They enjoyed the team and the coaches and the camaraderie and the teamwork and all the things that you learn by playing sport. That it's not always easy. You have to kind of embrace the suck a little bit. There's a health workout piece to this that I hope transfers over in life. Obviously you want kids healthy through this whole process too. That's why I think 200 jump count is absolutely insane.
I don't have no idea. You have no idea.
Well, and not to derail, but I want to say the average middle jumps roughly 30 times per set. Because I Googled some of the stuff because we had David Gill of Vert on the podcast, which makes, in my mind, about sense. You play to 25. So, you could score up to 50 points, but the middles are in half that, so roughly 30. So if you did 200 jumps, that's like 6-7 sets that you're playing in a practice and then rinse and repeating.
Yeah.
Who thought you were so resilient, Lexi? So resilient you are.
Oh my gosh. It's just, I was like, I'm jumping. I was like, I don't know how I'm working this hard and jumping 200 times per set.
I can't believe your body didn't just explode on you.
I was just fueled by rage. Yeah. It was fun. I'm so serious. I would I'd be so angry when I left practice. I didn't even feel tired.
Well, and I do think, and I think it's awesome that you come back and continue to work out and do that stuff. But I do think that it goes to show your commitment to doing the little things that nobody really likes to do because you were healthy.
Yeah, I was very healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many of your teammates break down and start to fall apart?
An absurd amount.
Yes.
I'm like, what's going on here?
It's
like,
insane.
how am I jumping 200 times per practice? And like you who gets to sit out all week and then play on the weekends, how are you hurting right now? It's like, what the heck? Whatever.
Did you get hurt from sitting in anatomy class? What are we doing here?
I don't know. Like, I genuinely don't know. The only thing was just my thumb, broke my thumb, but has nothing to do with my health. It was just like, oh, darn. I'm
surprised it just happened once, really, with all the blocking.
Honestly, yeah, me too. Well, I get hit in the face a lot. I don't know how I didn't get concussed. Like, that's kind of crazy to me. I got hit in the face a lot. Like, coach on box, like hitting it as hard as he can, like right into my face. It's like, I need a minute. I can't see. Hold on. Then I just run back in after.
Everything's blurry, but that's okay.
Well, they're like, can you do this or not? Like, he hit me in the face. He's like, come on. Are you in or are you out? I was like, I can't see. They're like yelling at me. I was like, can you please give me 2 seconds? Like, they just did not care. It's like,
this was Memphis.
Of course it was.
Oh, yeah, okay.
It's like, okay, cool. Hey, I need help. Are you in or are you out? I don't know.
Yes.
Well, obviously I'd be like, yes, I'm in. I was like crying as I'm blocking, whatever.
Yeah. Let's not mess with concussions.
No, it's all right. Whatever.
Oh, sorry. Lex, back to you. So to look back now, again, we've known you since 2017. I know, long time.
It's really weird.
To where you are here, I'm going to say you won, Lexi. That's what I'm going to say. I think Lexi Lewis won. She played the game. She won the game. She came out on the other side. Things were hard. Things were bad. Things were good. Things went up. Things went down. Mm-hmm. But you made it out the other side with some free college.
Right.
And, health. Yeah. You're healthy. Outside of some undiagnosed concussion, stuff that we don't quite know, the long lasting effects. And now you're, turning the page to your professional career and here you are. If I'm your parent, I'm insanely proud of you. And that's exactly like where I would want you to be. And again, you enjoyed it. You especially, you went out with a bang, finished up with a group of kids group of girls that you really enjoyed.
Yeah.
That's in my mind, the dream. Looking back, if you're going to highlight some of the things that you did amazing and then highlight some of the things that you wish you could change.
Okay. You
could start either way there.
Could I? Okay. So am I like looking at it from like my college career, or am I looking at it from high school?
I think anything since 2017.
Oh dear. Okay. Oh dear. I think one thing I did really well was work hard. I think I was a very hard worker at practice. I always wanted to be better. I'd always want feedback. I craved it all the time. I wanted to be good. Just wanted to be really good.
You did crave feedback. Yes. Yes.
What am I doing wrong? Someone help me. So I think I did a really good job working hard. I mean, I would come in after school on the off days where I didn't have practice and work out here. Mm-hmm. So that was, I don't even know how I did high school. I wouldn't honestly, I needed to have a little bit of divide there, but yeah, so I practiced and then working out on my off days and just being focused and wanting to do well. So I'd say that's kind of in high school what I think I did.
Yeah.
Good. But college, probably the same thing. Mm-hmm. Always wanting to do really well. And I think being coachable is very, very, very important, and wanting that feedback. And in the beginning, or I guess all my coaches really, I liked that about me. Yeah. I don't know. And even now, as I'm coaching, I would say that when the girls ask me, can you help me? Or what did I do wrong? I like that a lot. It shows that they care. They're going to listen to my feedback and they're going to appreciate what I have to say. And obviously I don't really coach for real. I just tell them whatever. Mm-hmm. But, I think that's super important. So I think I did that really well too. And looking into college, I think my communication piece, I'd say I also did well. I was always transparent with what I was thinking, what I was feeling. And I also, when I communicated that to whoever, whether it be teammates, but mostly coaches, mm-hmm. I do it in a respectful manner. And that communication also has an active listening piece to it, which I feel like some of the coaches don't really necessarily understand, but always reflecting and always taking what they say and thinking about it rather than making any rash decisions or saying things along those lines. So I think just the communication piece I did really well. And that was one of the main things I really learned, just how to handle all of those different kinds of relationships. Okay. So,
Can I interject there?
Of course.
I think that communication piece is so huge and undervalued in today's day and age, where we get all of our entertainment out of a pocket and just our phone and where I have talked to numerous kids who have gone off to play, and I don't know a whole lot about sometimes their communication skills are really, really good. Mm-hmm. I've not been overly impressed with some of the coaches' communication skills and how big of a thing that is. And it's a thing where when I used to coach track and field, we would have 40, 50 kids on the team, and I would try to know every single kid and how they're doing and what they're going through. And, they're taking AP Calc this semester and it's killing them, but I need them to perform really well at conference. So, what do we have to do to get this done and do well and da, 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 da. And then you're coaching college and this is all you do. You have no other job. No. This is it. And you have 14 kids on your team, 15 mm-hmm. kids on your team that you're around all the time. And sometimes that communication is not great. So for you to be proactive with it and I think is huge. Yeah. It's huge. Not only with the coaching staff, with your fellow teammates and stuff like that. Cause I think it's really easy to just sit on your hands and not say anything to anybody and then just be upset and, butthurt that, oh, she's playing over me again. And just get worked up on the inside and never have a real conversation mm-hmm. with it. And I think sometimes coaches are probably just stressed out with all the other things that they're trying to juggle. And you have that conversation with them and they're open to it. Most of the time coaches will coach and, tell you exactly where, you sit. Hey, Jennifer, we just see, hey, she's a little more physical and and that's why and you're like, oh, okay. I get it. Again, not saying every college coach is great at that. Not saying every high school coach is great with that. But if you're great with that, I think that's huge. Mm-hmm. So good job, Lex.
Thank you. Yeah, I learned a lot of life skills, probably a little bit faster than I would have wanted, but I learned lots of things. Could have paced
it slower.
Could have actually had a little bit of a college experience where I could be a dumb 21-year-old, but whatever. So I would say something that I would probably improve on or try to do better. And I would say this to myself all the time, and I probably still don't even do it very well now, is just give myself some more grace. And I mean, even my coaches would be like, you need to calm down. Like, you are okay. And it was kind of funny because I'm having my college coach look at me and say, it's okay that's bad. Lexi, you just got here, especially when I was younger. I wanted to be so good and so perfect, but obviously I can't do that. I'm learning something brand new and I would literally have to get cut off. I would ask the coaches to do reps with me, or they would just be like, let's do some reps. And I would just want to keep going and going and going. And they would have to cut me off. They're like,
grace being a big thing, which is fantastic. You have a high standard, you work hard, you want to get better. Anything else?
There's not really a whole lot. I don't mean to sound cocky, but I just think that I handled all the situations very well. I don't know if there's something that I would do differently rather than just be nicer to myself. Yeah. Cause that's a big problem for me. Very high standards. I don't know. I don't know what else I would probably do. I mean, besides kind of what I touched on earlier is understanding what I need to ask. Yeah. I need to ask the girls or ask these coaches more questions, some of these tougher questions. You just don't know what to ask at that age. I'm 17 talking to these coaches and they're over Zoom or just even in general. And obviously they're going to say all these really nice things. They're going to be smiley to you. We even talked where the coaches put on their nice face for that day. And I understand that obviously when I was first talking with them, that's not always how it's going to be, but I don't know, asking those hard questions, asking just whatever you want. Because these recruits will come and do you really not have any questions about this? But it's they don't know what to say. Yeah. So asking those hard questions, anything, honestly, just get it out of the girls, get it out of them. When you're one-on-one, you don't have those coaches. There was a couple girls who would come in and say do you like it? Seriously, do you have anything that's happening? And I was like, I would say what was kind of going on in a very, more passive way, if that makes sense. Yeah. But I'd probably say that.
Because you're in a tough spot there.
Yeah. And I guess another thing too is.
And now you're breeding a, what's the word here? Culture of lying.
I know.
It's great. Everything's great. Thanks for asking.
I didn't lie, but I was like, I don't really know what to say. Yeah. Or I'd try to have one of my other friends say it. I would say another thing too is that I wish I understood my value a little bit faster. Because I had good things to say. I have good things to do for the team. I brought something valuable and I think I didn't understand that fast enough. I did my last year and I guess I'm okay with the timing, but I would second guess myself. Am I really doing this okay? Am I really doing all right? I'd have these meetings with the coaches and we'd have really great conversation. And that was the thing that was so frustrating too, especially about my junior year is I'll get nothing but great feedback. Yeah. I'm getting great feedback, but that's not showing itself anywhere else besides here when I'm talking with you. Anyway, so I think that, understanding my value faster and having that confidence, don't let a coach tell you how you should feel about yourself. And I understand that there's some kind of coaching to a certain extent where they need to tell you hey, this is what you're bringing. This is not what you're bringing. But you overall as a person, I guess I just came to that realization between talking with my family, with my friends, my other teammates. I was okay, I'm actually okay at this and I can actually do something well. And I shouldn't have to sit here feeling I'm being gaslit. I shouldn't be playing. I shouldn't be playing, or I should be playing, whatever. Anyway, so probably that too, just understanding myself a little bit more and my value.
So to be on the other side of that, to see you play in high school, in club, and to see what you brought to the team, that thought of you blows my mind that's how you thought of you.
Yeah. Sometimes I was just kind of, I'm asking the coach, what do I need to work on? Nothing. I think you're doing really great. Okay. So what do I do with this information now? Yeah. So then how do I get on the court? Yeah. They're telling me all these great things. And it's well, I want to see the court more than I am this year. But they're like, well, she's just doing well right now. Well, that's not good enough. Like, what? We had a setter that was committed to Florida State, and then she was invited to like the USA tryouts. Why is this girl sitting on the bench right now?
Oh,
she sat on the bench. There was multiple girls. It was just kind of a whole team dynamic thing. I'm telling you, that was a very strange year. I'm like, we have this really great setter who does really great things and is better. Like the B side, who she would play on and like I would play on, we would beat the A side every single practice. Every single practice, we're just like kind of like low key blowing them up. It was weird. Anyways, yeah, I don't even know where I was going with that. I went on a little tangent, but it was just a strange dynamic.
Yeah. Is there anything? Because just thinking through, we had Nikos on the podcast a month-ish or so ago. If you're going to say, whatever, 5-6 years ago, hey, Adam, who's going to be the first professional athlete to come out of VC United? Nikos' name was not going to be the first one out of my mouth. But he, in a similar situation, except he had some injury stuff that he had to battle through, but, didn't play much young, especially with guys. Like there's a massive difference between an 18-year-old boy and a 22-year-old man, like like the puberty thing and whatnot. But even when he hit his junior, he thought that, hey, now was his time. But there was a freshman that came in pretty dang good. And there was a battle and the kid ended up overplaying, Nikos, and eventually Nikos ended up overtaking him, but like had to persevere real hard, work really hard. And even when he did end up, there was an injury that happened and whatever, he had to work his way back. And then senior year ended up, but nothing was whatever, he had continued to work hard and stuff like that, which I think similar situation, that you had going through, just not getting the guidance that you wanted, because his coach actually gave him that support. And hey, this is what I'm not seeing. There's a trust piece too. There's, hey, I don't trust you on the court, which I don't. That's a vague thing. Whatever. I wasn't in their conversations, but it was fun talking with Jaden Flynn in the way of what she's had to do and handle and stuff like that. And it's a lot. I think that's the thing that I know I didn't have, and nobody my age had, in the way of like, I would go play a game of something and then turn it off, and then we'd be on to the next thing. I'd go home, play with my friends, do my math homework, blah, 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 go to the movies, etc. It wasn't all over my phone. It wasn't like we weren't getting it. If every strikeout I ever made was, thrown on Instagram, holy cow, that'd be the longest reel in the history of Instagram. Like it, if I saw my mistakes, anyway, my point being here is that I feel that it's really hard to disconnect at times with the sport where you don't get physically burnt out and mentally burnt out. Is there anything, I forget, Jaden crafts, she's a crafter, and does other things. I forget what she does specifically, but like that's her little escape away from the sport, where it could just be her and her little craftiness.
Right.
Anything specifically you did to help deal with, the stress and the things? And obviously you have school, work and stuff on like that on top of everything.
Oh my goodness. Probably read.
Yeah.
I like some escapism.
Okay.
So I'll find a really good book and I just.
What do you read?
Oh my gosh.
Fiction, nonfiction?
Oh, not nonfiction.
Okay.
I won't do that. If I do nonfiction, I'd like to watch a documentary,
okay.
But I would probably more like fiction, fantasy, sci-fi,
okay,
historical fiction, literally kind of anything that's not real.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I
so
like
you can
to do that.
escape.
Yeah. So I'm just like in a different little world for a while, but honestly, it was really hard to try to separate those things, because I'm waking up at 5:30, getting extra reps before practice, like at around like 6:45, 7:30 practice start, but we have to be done and ready and like all warmed up. Then I have lift after class all the rest of the day. And then I have to eat. And then I have homework, and eating's hard to fit in, honestly, with all of that. Cause then it's like, you don't even want to like make any food. But anyways,
can you dive more into that?
What?
Cause I think our kids all undereat, all of them.
Oh my gosh. My freshman year, I could not eat like at all. I was completely packed full on my schedule. I'm like trying to eat like some sort of bar on the way to class, but like besides that, I was good at it
because you were hungry. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Like I was good at like making good meals like at the end of the day, but it's really hard because it's like, oh my gosh, it's already 7:30. I'm exhausted. I have to be up and I have all this homework to do. So it's just, it can be kind of stressful at times. But I don't know. I didn't have like a meal plan either. Yep. So I couldn't just go to like the cafeteria and get something there. So it was just kind of difficult.
You had to make your own stuff. Look at you learning real world things.
Well, I'm good at it. I'm good at it. A little cook. So wasn't worried about that as much.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Lexi, what did we miss? Of all the things you wish I would have asked you, what do you wish I would have asked you that I didn't?
Dude, I don't even know. I don't really think you missed anything. I don't know. I hope I fulfilled enough with advice on like what to do and like for parents and such. But, I mean, honestly, like, I guess the last thing I would say is just like listen to your kid. Like, I think a lot of the times, sometimes my parents would struggle because I transferred to Milwaukee and then sometimes I'd have not so good feelings or like we would win a match, but you know, I would have some underlying things that happened during that match, which I wasn't very happy about. And, you know, I'd come off and I'd be kind of sad and they're like, why are you still sad? Like, seriously, you just won this huge match and you're not going to be happy about it. And it's just kind of like, I just got yelled at. So I'm not like super happy. Yeah. Like I just got chewed into for literally no reason at all. Like I'm not going to be excited about this. So I think just like being patient too, because college athletics for me, I mean, this is just from my personal experience, like was very up and down, a lot of emotions. And, I think just being patient and like listening to your kid, or even now, like when people want to quit, right? Like when they're playing 2 years and they're like, I'm done. I don't blame them at all. Like I think to myself, wow, it would have been so much fun to go to a college football game and to tailgate and to do all these fun little things that everybody gets to do. Like,
how many college football games did you go to?
Like 2. And we would get there late. So with no tailgating or anything, like we just show up and like, all right, well, we got stuff to do in the morning. So it was just kind of like, dang, I feel like sometimes everybody talks about this like fun, great college experience. I get a little envious because I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't get that. Like it was a job. Like this is a job. So I guess just going back to my point, just being patient with the kids and understanding that if this is something that they don't want to do, then letting them have fun and not having to adult until they really need to is probably also okay.
Yeah.
So
I do think as a person who was not talented enough to play in college, I could have been a solid backup on a D3 team. I think that like typical college experience is much less rewarding than what you get to go through. And I'm not saying it's easy, but I'm saying
I get it.
Dumbass stuff we did just because it was college and we were finding ourselves is whatever.
Yeah, I get it. But it's like, dang, you had the opportunity to be a dumbass.
Yes.
It would be so fun to be a dumbass. Like, seriously? Like, oh my gosh, I don't have to wake up tomorrow morning. Or it's like, okay, let's go darty today. Like, I know that sounds so silly. And like, I came out with so many great life skills. But as I was kind of saying before, like being able to have those just fun years where you are able to like have those friendships and not have to have like a job the entire time. I mean, just priorities and such. But I mean, I don't regret it or anything, but I do feel a little bit of like FOMO. I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't get to go to a football game. Like, what the heck? I want to go to a football game. Yeah. So I don't know. Just those kind of things. So
Milwaukee have football?
Mm-mm.
Okay, I didn't think they did.
No, they don't. Memphis did.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it's like if people want to be done and they want to have that college experience, oh my gosh, let them. Because like now I'm done and it's like, all right, great. Like now I got to get a job. Like I had the spring, obviously, where I didn't have to play any volleyball, but like you're still in school and have like those everyday stressors. And like I kind of understood a little bit more, but it's different. Yeah. Because now I'm old. So
it's tough, Lex.
So
you turn 22, 3?
Turn 23.
23.
I know. Scary.
Wait, you did or you are?
No, I am.
You are. When?
October 7th.
Okay.
Right.
I'm the 15th.
Period.
October birthdays. There we go. 23.
I know.
Wow.
And you knew me at 15.
Yeah.
Just kind of crazy.
Look at you now.
Does that make you feel old?
It does.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
It does. When I've been one of the things that brings me a lot of joy. To get invited to former athletes' weddings is some of the coolest stuff. And then you realize you're like, oh my gosh, I coached them as a child.
Right. No, I feel like that. But I feel like that with my teammates. I'm like, oh my God, you're getting married? Oh, you're 26. Like, okay. I'm like, you're a kid. What are you doing?
Yes.
It's like, oh yeah, you're like 26. It's like, okay, well, I guess that might make more sense. Cause like you hear it when like you're 19, you're like, oh yeah, I got married at 26. Like, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But now it's like, why are you getting married?
Yeah.
So weird. Yeah. But I get it. Oh my God, I'm getting old.
Yeah. It's tough.
It's tough.
Think of your poor parents, how old they feel. They're not, though. Let's be clear. They're young and spry still. How's your dad's back doing?
I don't even know. Fine, I think.
It's better, right?
Dude, I don't know. I didn't even know he had something wrong with his back.
I thought with the golf thing, it was.
He's
that's what him and Matt have been working on, isn't it?
I don't know. He doesn't come in at the same time as me.
Talk to your father. He's retired. What else is he doing?
Dude.
Is he on horse duty today with you?
No, I'm always on horse duty.
Oh,
that's my primary thing that I like to do. Yeah.
That's how you earn your keep.
Yeah, I do earn my keep in that house, I like to say.
Here we go.
But
Lexi, thank you. I mean, obviously you are a big social influencer. If people did want to see what you're doing on the interwebs,
right.
Are you good with the Instagram thing at all or not so much?
I'm on the Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you need 3 more followers?
Sure. I mean, whatever.
Tell the children your Instagram.
Oh my goodness. I think it's Lexi_Lewis02.
Okay.
Not even sure about that.
That's.
But my name will be up there.
How are your plants?
My plants?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, you remember?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. They're great.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I need to repot a few. I'm not going to lie. Like, I was lazy this past spring and I didn't repot. And I'm like, oh my gosh, now I feel like I need to repot, but you're not supposed to repot like during the winter months. But it's okay. It's okay. So I'm locking in on that. Garden's almost done, but they're good. Really enjoy them and their company.
You're not supposed to repot in winter month?
Yeah, you're like, so
they're like
they don't grow. Like, during
so
the
you want to
winter,
put them
really.
like that makes sense. Yeah, yeah.
So in the spring, it's like when they get their soil refreshed and everything like that. But like I said, I got lazy and I only did a few, and there's a couple that desperately need it.
Yeah.
So, but I've been good lately, and I haven't bought any new ones.
Yeah.
The house is a little overrun.
Yeah.
But that's okay because they're fun.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Well, Lexi, I appreciate you coming on here. We'll say the third time here.
Me.
Yes. Look at this. I do hope parents and kids and coaches can listen to this and just kind of like, it's a process. It's not all rainbows and sunshine.
Oh my gosh.
It's extremely stressful. The lows are lows. The highs can be high.
Right.
Again, you came out the other side with no college debt, and which is huge, I think, for people in this economy and stuff like that.
Oh,
like,
in this economy for sure.
Oh my gosh. Like to have pressure. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have these things to pay, but I can't find a job. And like it just,
I can't imagine having college loans right now and trying to find a job.
Yeah. The stress.
It's so bad right now.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
From other people's experiences. But yeah.
Yeah.
No, very, very thankful for my experience. I learned a lot. So
awesome. Lexi Lewis. Thank you so much.
Adam.
Listeners, thanks for listening. We'll catch you on the next one.